this is Liz. Welcome to my little urban homestead and welcome to Fabric Friday. Right, because I'm making a lot of bread, I thought I want a couple of bread bags. I've done a few other proving cloths as well, but I want some bread bags, and this is just an easy drawstring bag that I'll be able to put my cob loaves in. And so I've got a piece of fabric here on the fold, so it is 20 inches wide. There's a fold there and it's a total of 22 inches, so that's 44 inches in total. I've also got some strips that I'll be making the pull cord with, but you can use cord or ribbon or anything. Yes, I don't know where my usual chalk pen is, but I'm using a normal pencil for this. It's just opposite the fold. It's here. This is going to be the top of the drawstrings. Now, do I want two? Yeah. So I've got my ruler here, and what I'm going to do is mark 2 inches. But that's not going to give me enough, is it? I don't think 2 inches will give me enough because I need a turn over and then turned in. So turn over and then turn it in. Would that give me enough? No. I'll mark 2.5 inches, I think. Yeah, 2.5 inches there. 2.5 inches here. And on the other side, I want the marks just the same as well. So 2.5 inches there. And 2.5 inches is there. Because I will want these ends finished off nicely. So what I'm going to do is sew the sides up so they come to my 2.5 inch mark. Use whatever seam allowance you're comfortable with. I'm using about a centimetre, I think. Width of my foot. Now, because this will take a bit of pressure, I've just backed it a touch. Should have backed it the bottom. I might even make it into box corners. We will see. And do the other side exactly the same. And I will back this time. We'll reverse. Come to the mark. And lock your stitches up. And that's sewn up the sides already. I told you these were very quick. So what I'm going to do now is I could iron it over 1/4 inch, but I'm just going to set it. It's easier than turning the iron on and waiting for it to heat up and everything. So about 1/4 inch. Both edges. You don't have to bother reversing, locking your stitches off. because it will be folded. Now I'm just going to carry on with the other side and then snip my threads when I've finished. I snip my threads. Now you can neaten your edges, serge them, zigzag them, whichever you want to do. I won't do them at the moment because we all know how to do that. On this edge, what we need to do is open the seam up. Might be easier for you to see if it's flat. Open the seam and carry it on, finger press it down, that's all that's needed. So, and do the same with the other side. You can do this before you sew the sides up, whichever you want to do. And I've got that in. But take it to your machine and just stitch those couple of inches down. I've locked my stitches. And it's very simple and easy to do. And do the other side, exactly the same as that one. And you see, that's my seam opened out and leads down, and I've just sewn that down. And do that to the one that matches it and the other side. I've now taken it to the iron and press it back about an inch, so just to where you did your marking. So what I'm going to do is stitch that down, but you don't want to stitch the ends down because that's where the cord's going through. So let's just, I'll do it to make sure I catch it all. So sew as close as you can, about 1/4 of an inch away. That's fine. Sew along the line where you folded it. Where you stitched 1/4 of an inch down to hide the raw edges, just follow the stitches. and do that on the other side as well. This thread's out of the way. As I say, you can neaten up your seams, you can serge them, you can zigzag them, whichever you want to do, because that is the bag now done, which is possibly a bit too big, but never mind, better too big than too small. And turn it. If your corners aren't coming out right, just clip your corners up to your stitches. There. Oh yes, nice big thread bag. I might use it for something else, but that's on there for a moment because now I'm going to make the ties for it. You can use ribbon, cord, but I'm going to use the bits of the end of it. So I've got a 2-inch, is it 2-inch strip? Just check. No, sorry, it's 1.5 inch strip that I've ironed a fold in it and then folded the top up and the bottom up to meet, and then I can sew them down like that, and it gives you a nice bit that you can use as a cord. And I've done 2 of these. You can neaten the edges off, but I'm going to rough them and just sew close to the edge, bit less than 1/4 inch. Make sure that it is staying folded, because you don't want to stitch it and it isn't folded right. And I'm just going to chain piece these. Yes, there's a lot of threads that come off this calico raw edge, that's why I need to hide it. See, any stray threads that's sticking out, once I've finished I can go round and trim them. And that's it for the cords. Get yourself a safety pin. Doesn't have to be a curved one, it's just that I do quilting, so I've got curved safety pins, and just put it in one end. And get your bag and this channel that you've made, thread it through one side of it. Just one side. Make sure you don't go all the way through, and then thread it through the other side. Now these tapes are twice the width of the bag. And out it comes there. So let's just move it around. Safety pin off. And then tie a knot in it. Now if you wanted just one drawstring, that's all you need to do, but I've left both ends so I can just pull them. So I'll show you how that's done with the other one. Now if you find your seam and you left that little hole, start there and do the same again. Thread it through. You can make your ties, your cording longer than twice the width of your bag. You can make it a little bit shorter, but not that much. And not have enough room to actually get in and out of the bag. So we're now out the end where we started with the other one. Put it back in the other side. A bit more awkward than doing the first one. Nearly there. And there's the safety pin. Take it out. Get the other end and tie them in a knot. You can always stitch them together, whichever you want. But these are quite good, smaller size, if you're going away and you want to put your shoes in a bag and then in your case, because you don't want your clothes getting dirty. So you can put your shoes in these bags. Brilliant. And to close it, all you do is pull on the two knotted sides, and that's your drawstring bag. Open, close. Thank you. Bye.